Yeah, not worth it. So we're just going to completely leave, and we're not even going to go back down the same stairway. We're going to change up completely there because unfortunately the eight-headed Hydra is just a bit too much potential damage coming down on one turn for us to even do the usual kind of attempt multiple times by popping up and down the stairs to reset fights. So let's just come at this from another angle and hopefully find ourselves with a bit more distance between us and the Hydra pal the next time that we run into them here. And didn't mean to shaft that Komodo, but I'll take it. Definitely a pretty incredible start to things here. Finding our first rapier of the game as well, which I am going to pick up because if we find a branding scroll, I wouldn't mind branding a rapier right off the bat. And would you look at that, we also have a bunch of scrolls and whatnot. So let's use all of our identify. Finally get through all the backlog of things that we've been holding off potentially a bit too long on checking out. 2 scrolls on the ground being random uselessness in the end, funnily enough. But what else? The sword definitely gets identified. Resist electricity on the sword. And of course, in the usual theme of things here, we do have the willpower once more. So now we could get 5 pips? No, some of our willpower comes from our weapon. Shucks. Can't quite max out our willpower. But still not too shabby. It's Newt Slayer. Wait a second. It has the same name. I wonder what the odds of that are. That seems a bit wacky to me. I'm curious how the randomization of artifact names in this game works. I'm sure one of the developers could tell me just how rare it is to find 2 with the same name, but this Newt Slayer is going to get a permanent spot in our inventory. Or not necessarily permanent, but at least a temporary one here. Let us switch over to our Ring of Resist Corrosion. Let's try out our luck against an Oak Lobe. See how it goes, at least in the first little bit here. Seems good enough to me. Perfect. What are you hiding? Oh no. What if they were hiding something for a good reason? I may yet come to regret my decisions. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to switch over to my good ammo here. Keep accidentally switching weapons instead, which is a scary mistake to make. Should try not to do so in the future. Hello, friend. Keep taking whatever comes out of this weird place, I guess. Oh, it was like a little fortress of kind. Oh, what a wacky layout. What have I gotten myself into? Back the heck up here. Make sure we try our best to just fight these buddies one at a time if we're able to. It's kind of nice for sure. Also, anytime it's not a amphibian or a reptile here, we're able to pull them into the deep water and they gain a chance to just always fumble their attacks, I believe is what it is. Which is definitely lovely. The Hydra, unfortunately, is going to gain a lot of speed going through that water section. Oh, I guess maybe they won't go through the water section. Never mind. Instead, we'll just find a Death Yak this time around. Fun stuff. I'm guessing I've lost them, though. I forget that as a stealthy character, if we turn too many corners, kind of lose track of us, these monsters. This is sketchy. I'm trying my best to, yeah, be a wee bit cautious here. Not engage too many enemies at once. Okay, maybe it's a bit safer now. If we cleared away, cleared a path. Should always switch to sling bolts for the Death Yak since they still hit pretty dang hard. We also, of course, have no idea where the heck that Hydra went. Which is scary in its own right, for sure. Won't lie to you there. But for the most part, doing all right here. We're even using just normal stones for a lot of these fights without too many repercussions, which I like to see. So, finally getting to a full inventory means that it's back to our favorite part of the game, figuring out what it all do. Let's try out the ring that we have on us first. +4 ring of evasion. Not too bad, not too bad. Don't know if it will take the slot of any of these other ones. Maybe we'll get rid of the ring of fire for now. And figure out what this last, a garnet ring. This -4 ring of dexterity. So finally, we are given reason to identify our stack of scrolls here, and they are indeed remove curse. Finally confirmed once and for all, and used to free us from that burden. And let us, what do I want to draw? Yes, amnesia scrolls, degeneration potions, brilliance. Actually, we have so many things we can drop. What am I even talking about? There we go. Up to 9 health potions and 6 scrolls of blinking? 6 scrolls of blinking. Heck yeah. That will hopefully be enough to save my sorry butt. But who's to tell? I have to see where the run takes us. Could switch to some plate armor potentially there. We saw some enchanted stuff. Not sure. Oops, let's be a little bit careful there. I don't want to lose too many rocks to the deep water. Here we go. Not sure if we'll ever quite get up to the point of plate armor, I guess. Why not? We have the strength for it, especially with our amulet that we're using here. In fact, largely thanks to our amulet. We have a pretty ridiculous strength score there, so we are able to wear much heavier armor than we otherwise might get away with. It's at least how it works for casters, and I believe that it's a similar type of restriction to evasion and things like that. But there we go. We've confirmed now that we have spiders and shoals as our 2 S branches today. Been a little bit since we had the pleasure of a shoals run here. Definitely going to be a wee bit scary as always, but it is a very nice opportunity for us to pick up a whole lot of sling ammunition. Ouch. Snapping turtles hurt real bad. Okay, and it is also slow as long as it's not in water. So let's be careful here. Oh, the issue being, so this buddy can attack one space away, which makes it really tough in thin corridors, because I was gonna just run here, but then we're in range of it and it just snaps and hits us. Even if I step here, it steps up and then it can hit us as we take one more step. So I think we want to go here. We're actually dragging the snapping turtle with us into this corner. Perfect. Just barely. Give us exactly enough space. But let's just reset this fight, shall we? Let's try that again. I think I mentioned decent amount last week, that's the type of fight where it feels really sketchy, but it's not too bad compared to a lot of the other situations that we found ourselves in, if just because with a slow enemy, you can retreat at any time. So that helps out a decent amount. The turtles with reach, it's not even fair, really, Safed. Like, I don't know where the game gets off on such ridiculous things. Yes, no, the roughest of turtles, and in fact the newer turtles also have reach, don't they? They're frogs. The corrosive frogs, toads, something or another. Still learning the new swamp monsters and things like that. But have the same ridiculousness. Nice, getting a backstab off is always just so satisfying when we do manage to do it. Actually, in some ways, even more so when we're clunking around in heavy armor and we still manage to take all these buddies by surprise. Want to be a little bit careful here because we do not have poison resistance. And this is a bad position too, jeez Louise. Let's back up, shall we? Much better. Narrow it down to one-on-one fights with all those dang old bees. And let's maybe just find a new downstairs, shall we? Oh wait, we've apparently stumbled across all of them. Oh wow, yeah, all three are down there. Would you look at that? Where does this one? Yeah, let's go to this top one. That'll be good. And perfect, just 3 of you at a time I can deal with. That's great, because we can just run right there. Love to see it. I think we're getting close to finishing them. Oh, there are always more bees. Just 3 at a time. We know the batch size that we can deal with here, so let's just keep it consistent, shall we? Play it safe. Because while we have a decent amount of heal wounds potions and blink scrolls this run, weirdly enough, we don't have very many curing potions. So we do have to be a little bit more cautious of things like poison in particular, because that's actually scarier than just straight up damage. In this specific case, at least. There we go, just machine gunning out rocks. I think that's what truly made me want to continue sling runs until we popped off and had one that achieved even just this level I'm satisfied with. Like, this is what I was going for. Because it is just so fun having enough ammunition, even if you're not worshipping Oka. Just using standard stones, you get enough of them throughout the dungeon that it's one of the few ranged weapons that you can consistently use for every fight throughout a 3-rune game, and just keep the rapid fire coming. There we go, dealing with some poison issues. In fact, I guess we didn't explore the hive, right? We just saw the outside walls. We killed a bunch of bees and I saw the tile set for the beehive and I thought, there we go, job done. We must have killed the queen, but right, she's out here somewhere. Hopefully we've killed all of the regular bees and we can just solo the queen, because that's always much smoother than having to deal with a bunch of berserked and enraged bee drones coming out at us. Not too bad. Here we go. Let's see what we are dealing with here. I guess I should be a little more ready to retreat, just in case. Playing like we got nothing to lose here. Getting too cocky. Again, it's a fluctuating thing. It is a roller coaster that goes up and down of being confident, being scared, being confident, being scared. And it's important that it keeps going up and down, otherwise we get overconfident, or we get too nervous and start throwing away all of our consumables. But alrighty, let's use identify scrolls to just see what this necklace is, because we're probably not picking it up, and in fact, magic regeneration does not make the cut indeed, so can leave that buddy lying around. We did pick up the staff there as well, or somewhere. Can't use it without a shield, right? Oh, I'm gonna change my auto pickup. Screw magical staves. I kind of forgot that as a halfling here, we're a little too small to effectively use them with a shield, unfortunately. Perfect. Also, just thinking of shields there did remind me that I've been carrying around a kite shield this whole time, but just haven't gone around to actually training it up. Also, what is this beehive? Let's go back here and take a look. So I'm guessing we could drill into this with wands of digging. And there's probably treasure? We'll wait a little bit and then come back here. Normally I stay far, far away from any and all vaults that this game comes up with, because the majority of them are just way scarier than they're worth. But that one seems a bit more usual, I guess, in some ways. A bit more straightforward and standardly themed rather than just simply it's really difficult, stupidly strong monsters, lots of damage. Also, right, kind of forget I get slowed by that buddy. That's dangerous, but hopefully we don't get punished for it. Also, this will be a good test as to how I do against Spriggans. And the answer is apparently kind of okay. Maybe I will go back to that beehive sooner than I thought and see if we can crack that buddy open. I should be a bit concerned at what there is hiding down there that we haven't seen yet. But I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Never been punished before. Not in any way, shape, or form. I managed to kill everything as it comes out of the corner. Jeez Louise. I mean, it is layer 6, so I guess that is the little kind of end section there, the upper forest. So it makes sense how packed it is, but geez Louise. But yeah, we're seeing quite a different paced game than really any of our Halfling runs so far. Just by getting an early higher enchantment sling, we are able to actually keep up with all these enemies instead of just struggling constantly to kill each and everything we find. Specifically, I guess, and a good example, because they have shown up in, I think, every single one of our Halfling attempts, elephants in lair here. We've had so much trouble killing even just a single elephant on our previous Halflings, and Riff here was just absolutely slicing through no problem. Pretty much to the extent that Hal and Tri got to by the ends of their run, right before they died, unfortunately. So getting that advantage early on here definitely just makes a huge difference to our overall efficacy as we come through the dungeon here. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But onwards we go. I guess another tangible effect of that entire phenomenon that I was just describing is even that we're going through layer 6 now. With each of our other Halflings, we'd had to retreat by, like, you know, layer 4, layer 5. Had to retreat, maybe go find some other places to gain experience, see if we can't eke our way here, eke our way there, and here we are, just walking through, strolling around, slinging rocks. One might even say flinging rocks left and right here, with not a care in the world. Getting to show off a bit of that, the lackadaisical nature of a Halfling, which is the part that I enjoy most, because I definitely relate to a bit of the carefree attitude in life. I appreciate that style in hobbits. Sorry, Halflings, not at all hobbits. There we go. Now merge with somebody. Let's try it out. Haven't done it yet. Perfect. Just blow up a hornet for no reason whatsoever. I kind of feel bad about it. There's no reason for such a brutal end to an innocent creature, but it is kind of fun to show off too. And praise be to Skya, of course. But make sure we let our main buddy know where we stand. There we go. That should be all of it now. Keep finding new corners, single enemies just hidden away. Oh my gosh. Wait, what went invisible? What? Oh, Bogarts can go invisible. Oh, thank the Lord. I thought that it was something that the Bogart would have summoned here that it's been a pain in the butt. Let's do this. Perfect. Never doubted in my mind. It's a nice thing about unevadable area of effect spells. Definitely makes our job a wee bit easier on those invisible buddies. But there we are, down to the bottom of lair. Let's do a bit of an inventory rework. Let's maybe even pop up to layer 2 to do it. We'll go to the ye old classic stash floor. Also though, Oh, jeez. Let's stop typing. I hate it when I do that. I accidentally think I enter in a command. In this case, I thought I did Control F for fine, so I went to type in what I was looking for. Who knows what accidental controls I could inflict on myself. But I saw these boots on our way up, and I gotta tell you, I'm not dead set on the red pair. So let's try a hun one or two, shall we? It's not quite the right shade of blue, but there's something to that. I think we're onto something there with the blue outfit. So maybe we'll stick with those. Won't bother to check out the last pair. Purple works. Yeah, right. It's a bit of a different shade. Not quite the blue match, but all good. I think it works quite nice overall. And so, what was I doing? Let's go back to layer 2. That's the one. Following through with the classic stash protocol here. Find the closest stairway that leads from outside into L2. This is where we'll throw a bunch of our crap. Namely, here, let's do the poison darts. I actually never should have put boomerangs on auto pickup. I do it out of habit of most of these melee classes, but with sling as our alternative option here, it's not quite as necessary to train up a throwing skill. So I'll take that. And what else? We have unidentified scroll and potion, one of each. Let's get those figured out real quick. Resistance and fog, not too shabby. And vulnerability and immolation can all go down for now. We're going to try and free up our inventory just a little bit more than I usually might in these situations. Maybe save myself some trouble, save future me some issues. Ring of Flight is better than Potions of Flight, just because it's infinite. And bada boom, bada bing. What else? Enchant weapon and enchant armor scrolls. We could carry around with us, or we could leave sitting around for just a wee bit here. Enchant weapon, I'm mostly waiting to see if I am able to get a brand weapon scroll for this rapier, and then I'll probably just max it out. Even though, at the same time, maybe I should save them for a quick blade. I'm always saving them, usually to my own detriment, but it just feels right. So what else? Let's Swan of Random Effects, Swan of Enslavement, I don't even really want to carry around. But, that's good enough. Let's not overdo it here. Let's take what we've got here, head back out to... We can either go to the dungeon, continue exploring down, or we could peek into Orc for a wee bit here. I think I'm kind of feeling Orc. So let's head that direction, see if we can't find some nice items to add on to our build here. Floor 1 should be no problem. Okay, that's a little bit scarier than I would normally expect for the stage in the game. But I see you, game. I see you. Real recognize real. Jeez Louise. What's the damage on that again? Let's check that. 45 damage. Cool, cool, cool. Is that with the large rocks too? I feel like they have a slightly different score. Also, geez Louise, you are one healthy son of a gun, but there we go. Even the stone giant finally going down. Real, imitation, doing our best David impression there against Goliath. And there we go. Not too bad. I think David's the right name there, right? I started to doubt it the second I said it. Don't exactly know my my biblical stories that well. And interesting. It's a bit of a shortcut here, so let's try to take that. Am I not even wearing a second ring right now? Indeed, I'm not. So, Ring of Flight, fly up in the air. I can't believe we haven't failed that yet. That's absolutely shocking to me. But let's see here. We have 1 pip of resistance to fire, so we should be good going into a volcano. Oh, I hope it's that wizard volcano again. Oh, we've had to leave every time due to not having enough willpower. Wouldn't that be nice, game, if we could stick it to the man? No, not today, not today. That's fine. As for these buddies... This could be a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm gonna drag them back. No, do not walk into the cloud of flame. Do I? No, there we go. My issue there was I didn't want to waste even too many rocks, just flinging off into the abyss here. Jeez. No, let's just stay where we are. We're good. Okay. Hello, friends. Don't want to waste any rocks. Please come at me. Perfect. Thank you kindly. Hide in a corner while the fireballs go off. I don't think this one is timed in any way at the very least, so that is good. There are 1 or 2 volcanoes that do change over your duration in them, so want to be cognizant of that. Also want to get the heck indoors as soon as possible here. It's funny, I started using the dagger here and realized, it went pretty well, so we've just been keeping it up. I didn't even fully recognize that the dagger we're using right now is cold branded, so it's actually amazingly effective against these enemies in particular, which you love to see. So often you're on the opposite foot there in terms of elemental resistances. It feels like it's almost always that enemies are resistant to the one thing that you have, so... Take that little bonus with a smile on my face. Don't always get to be so fortuitous. Holy moly. Me oh my. A whole bunch of two-headed ogres. Fun stuff. But at least Ogre Mage probably can't do much against us. 16%. I guess we're still pretty low level, even with high willpower. But it takes like a full turn to fully switch out my rings, right? But I do want the extra pip of willpower. I do not want to be slowed or anything silly like that. Slow and paralyze. No, not today. So, happily take that. How resistant are you kids to fire? Let's do some creative problem solving here. Oh wait, now that you're hasted, change my mind. Hasted buddies have to die, unfortunately. Or I could haste back, I guess? Crap, this throws a bit of a wrench in my plan. I was hoping to just walk around here for a bit and let them all burn to cinders, as we take slightly less damage. Unfortunately, they're fast. 6 potions of haste on our end. We'll probably want 2 or 3 for specific unique fights. Let's just do it, shall we? Early potion of haste. Still kind of scary on this bridge because we could actually get hit pretty badly by the fireball system there. Okay. Some of them are losing their haste as we go here. Okay, not too bad. Let's gain some more distance while we are slightly faster. Not too bad. Hopefully take out 1 or 2 of these buddies at a time. Oh. Hey, it kind of worked. Something died to the volcano going off. You love to see it. Can I, like, just fire into the smoke blindly game, please? There we go. Oh, wow. We just happen to be on the only safe spots, Ogre and I. Scary stuff. So that's all the two-headed ogres, but not the mage. Yes, got the backstab. So sick. That's all I wanted. Just absolutely dead silent as I walked up, hoping that I wouldn't jinx it myself. Yes, twice in a row. So satisfying each and every time. But shiny fire dragon scales I will pick up. That is a nice one for our future potentially. Gosh, we got another sneak attack. This time still not getting the full kill off, which is wild. Shows how strong a Draconian is for this stage of the game. Sling bullets, please. Help me. Almost should have just kept stabbing them with the dagger here, kept them slowed. Guess maybe let's do a quick check. So this goes down to 3d9, but up to 27 damage with 1 pip of resistance. Oof. That's a pretty heavy hit, so we will have to take the health potion there, and let's just back it up, back it up. Oh wait, this will probably wake up whoever's in this room, right? Do I care? Disintegration has 78% chance of working. Okay, we do that. That's fine by me. Very cool. Ogre Mage is still out and about somewhere. Actually, probably just died somewhere now that I think about it, right? Just died to the volcano erupting out there. Ideally, at least. There we go. That went much more smoothly, getting the early reduction to the enemy's AC. And then... what else did I did miss a +1 cloak. That's very important. We do want that. Put that bad boy on. Not quite a flattering color, but I'll take it for now. There's our mage buddy, apparently just clinging to dear life at the edge of the volcano, so it makes sense why they didn't die in the end. Just barely. That should be the whole shebang there, I believe. Lovely. That's the first volcano we've successfully gone through in a long time. I feel like that's where I've been struggling lately. That and ice caves have just been an absolute nightmare the last couple of opportunities. Here we go. Yeah, it's very sweet indeed, Brain. I agree. Happy with how that one went in the end. Couple of scary situations, but controlled scary again. Hopefully we don't get into too many panicked scary in the near future here. But who's to tell these things? And let's switch to sling bullets for taking out the mage here, because I believe these summons come from that buddy. Indeed they do. In fact, I'll even just do a wand of corrosion there to make sure we have the piercing effect required. Jeez Louise. Okay, and then that's where we start going. Fortunately, the priests will almost always take that extra turn in order to smite us. So it does give us just a little bit of leeway where they will eventually be left behind if we just start running. Which, of course, you love to see. Let's just take 2 of you up as well. No reason for us to risk it beyond what is strictly necessary. Also, heck yeah to the Orc Priest coming out. Don't have to deal with you hiding behind a bunch of followers. It's much better than the usual situation. Here we go. Strange disturbance nearby. Orc Wizard. Okay, that's not too shabby. In fact, immediately taken care of. Perfect. If it's an Orc Sorcerer, I'm a little bit more concerned about that invisibility, but fortunately, with just our 1 pip of RF and the stage of the game we're at combined, there's not a whole lot that a baby Orc Wizard can do against us. When we're at full health, of course. Anyone can be the last straw that absolutely destroys our hopes and dreams. That's a given, of course. But here we go. There we go. Okay, he is coming. Want to focus targets as much as we can on those strong buddies. Perfect. Not too bad. Turning back into the lovely tab fest that we enjoy so much on these ranged characters, or that I do at the very least. Definitely enjoy. Perfect. In fact, yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we managed to get through Orc 2 successfully here. I thought it was going to take a couple of, like, trips, testing out the waters, you know, just barely dipping our toes in, but not too bad. Unfortunately, no artifact weapons that fit into our departments here. Mace, crossbow, and an arbalest even, actually. Not exactly what we're looking for. A vampiric dagger. Dang. I wish it wasn't a dagger. Unfortunately, daggers don't scale well into the late game, but it would be nice if we were able to use our paralysis from Uskaya as an opportunity to regain lost health as we go through backstabbing. I mean, it's not that expensive. I might just get this. I think I will. Carry it around for a little bit at least. Just for funsies, if for no other benefit. There we go. I guess that's mostly through Orc. As soon as you get through this kind of main vaulty area, it usually is pretty slim pickings otherwise, but still be on my toes a little bit. I was ready to instantly regret my words when that Orc sorcerer showed up. Giving a bit of a side eye there, just knowing. But wow, Snorg. Was this the same run that we fought Snorg's younger sibling? Not canonically, I don't believe, but from my point of view, I think that Gumpy? It's not Gumpy, it's not Gurpy. Purgy, we got there. Purgy is definitely Snorg's younger sibling. Don't even try and tell me otherwise. But Snorg is always a little bit scary for the Berserk, but that's a pretty amazing benefit to Iskaya there that I didn't even actively think about. Right as Snorg went Berserk, we got our paralysis effect. No problems whatsoever. Also, that's where all the orcs were hanging out. Holy moly. Cyclops as well? I guess a Cyclops... Oh, is a Cyclops slightly weaker than a Stone Giant? Maybe on a similar level, I guess. They're not too far off, but for whatever reason in my head, I think I might have always been more scared than Cyclops. Maybe because I usually see them showing up, like, in shoals when I'm already crapping my pants, so could play into it for sure. But we probably don't need to fight here. I'll start fighting, just a little bit. Fortunately, the giant does just throw rocks at us to start out here, so don't have to worry about him coming up, and of course now that all changes, so let's get the heck out of there. Still get a couple of free kills there, and it also gives us a nice way to kind of stagger our paralysis effect, which is cool. That's interesting. Stair dancing seems really powerful with Uskaya, actually. Because if you can just bring up the perfect sized group to proc paralysis and then kill everyone, and then just let it reset, rinse, repeat. Fascinating. Something to keep an eye out for. Well, I don't think I'll worry too much about continuing upwards here and trying to get every last inch of Orc quite yet, at the very least. We're not in a big hurry, so let's get out of here, I guess. Go back to the main dungeon? I'm trying to think. Elf is a little bit scary without resistance to electricity. Just a whole bunch of lightning bolts coming our way there. What else? I guess this sword can get us that, though. Yeah, Newt Slayer does, in fact, get us that. And extra will, like, it's not bad. We probably could do Elf. The advantage to doing Elf now, and the reason why it came to my mind, is that it has more shops that can show up in the end and throughout as well, actually. And right now, I'm kind of looking and shopping around for See Invisible. It's nice to have that out of the way and not have to struggle through some of these middle sections, but I mean, I'll take whatever the game gives me. We will need that eventually, don't get me wrong. In order to go through Spider, I would like some See Invisible for Ghost Moths, but not in a huge rush. And the other option there besides Elf would be to go to Shoals, because Shoals can also have shops in it. Might even be guaranteed to have shops in it. Not too sure though, how all of that stuff shakes out. So, what to do? To start out, I should have maybe even checked in a quick search for SINV to see if I'd maybe missed something, but it doesn't look like it. So, let us maybe even check out our entrance to Shoals. Just take a quick look here. Interesting. Immediately run into a very strong elite, very scary, especially since we have no resistance to poison. Huh. So it looks like I'll be leaving here. The important thing to note though is that because I decided to pop down, the next time we come back, we have to come back ready to fight Azul. Sorry, wrong address yet. Oh, this isn't where I parked my car. Sorry. Immediately get the heck out of there. But yeah, so we know that we'll have to fight Azul at some point. And the main thing there is that I'll probably want poison resistance. And what else? I guess lots of stuff would be nice, right? That is the main one is the poison resistance and the capability to deal with 140 health. The secondary issue, or the other main issue, I guess, with Azul here is that high evasion makes it hard to even get up to our deity effects. In fact, that might be the best way to deal with Azul in the future, but kind of scary too. Essentially, what I'm thinking of here is that if we lead Azul to more enemies, we are able to ramp up our piety pretty quickly, hopefully, ideally, and then manage to do ye olde grand finale nonsense, you know what I mean? I should have thought of that before I wasted 2 or 3 turns here after fighting that merfolk, because I didn't realize we got up to 3 pips already. Like, that's pretty decent. If we're able to paralyze Azul, I'm pretty sure Azul is as good as dead, because they will lose that evasion advantage that they have completely, and will deal a lot of damage there, probably enough to get up to grand finale. Hopefully. Ideally, I guess.